Hello everybody and welcome to a new video. My name is Christina and today we are making a little apartment building to go with the new For Rent expansion pack. I made a poll here on YouTube over on my community tab where I let you guys decide what I should build next, and the Shady Hotel one. And I need to apologize. Sorry. I need to apologize right away because this is actually not a hotel. I started building this and then it just organically turned into an apartment building instead. So sorry about that if you're very disappointed in what this is. I'm sure it can be transformed into a hotel if that's what you want. I just felt like it fit very well with the new pack and stuff, and I think it turned out pretty good. So I hope that's cool. Maybe I will make a hotel in another video, perhaps for a Halloween build. I know that's far away, but maybe. I do love making Halloween builds, so that's definitely an opportunity or a possibility. Sorry, I'm really struggling with words right now. It's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon and I have barely left the house and I haven't really talked to anyone today, so I'm just like I'm still waking up, I feel like, so sorry about that. But I hope you're all doing really well. I hope you had a good Christmas break if you celebrate Christmas, and if you don't, then I just hope you had a good time anyway, and that you get to chill and maybe have a break from work or school or whatever. I'm still on Christmas break vacation. I don't have like a full-time job, but everybody else is off school and off work, and I've been visiting my family and we've been celebrating Christmas, and that was really cozy, and it was just nice to really get into the Christmas vibes. So that was nice. And as of recording this, it is December 30th. So tomorrow is New Year's Eve, which I'm very excited about. I'm going to hang out with some friends, and we always make like a big deal of New Year's Eve, and we have entertainment throughout the evening, and we like have divided tasks between us when it comes to food. So I'm on appetizers for when the Queen of Denmark is giving her speech at 6 o'clock. If you didn't know, I'm Danish. I live in Denmark. So yeah, fun fact. But yeah, the Danish Queen gives her speech every New Year's Eve, and it's always like almost a national holiday in itself. It's like very much a big deal and a big part of New Year's Eve here in Denmark. And we always have like a little quiz when it comes to the speech, because she always like addresses things that happen throughout the year. I'm sure other like royalty, head of state people do that in other countries. But yeah, she like addresses different things and events that happened and what happened in her family. And we have this little quiz where we guess what she's gonna talk about, and we get points and stuff, and it's really fun. But yeah, I'm in charge of making the appetizers for when that speech is happening, so I've been shopping for that today, and I'm gonna prepare everything tomorrow before leaving for my friend's house. So I'm very excited for New Year's, and I hope you guys have a great New Year's Eve too. But let's get back into the build. Like I said, it's not a hotel, it's an apartment building. It just kind of happened as I started building what I thought was gonna be the lobby of the hotel. I was gonna give it like a reception counter thing where a receptionist or the owner of the hotel could hang out and check people into the hotel. But it's the For Rent pack, and I just thought it was perfect as an apartment building because that's literally what it's made for. So that's what you get. And I had so much fun building with the new items. I say items, I'm actually just thinking about one item. And I never thought I would say this, but my favorite item in this pack is the dirt. And if you watched my video about the Saw bathroom, where I built the bathroom from the Saw movie, you know that I made that because we have at this point gathered so many different kinds of dirt and grimy things that it was possible for me to make that. And this piece of dirt that comes with For Rent is just so perfect for it. Just makes the room, if you want to make something that's not completely new and worn down, and it doesn't matter what wallpaper or paint you start out with, you can just put this on and it instantly looks 10 years older. And I love that because it's so difficult to make a very lived-in kind of space, which obviously this is what I'm going for in this build. So that made the whole difference in this thing. And I have cut a lot out of this video, so you won't see all of it. But I think I used this on every single piece of wall in every single room in this build. So it's like the one I think it's in the paintings folder, which is odd, but I suppose that's where it fits best. And it's the wall decoration where it's just dirt like falling down from the ceiling. And also the opposite one where it's from the floor and kind of climbing up the wall. I use those all the time. And the one that it's supposed to go on the floor, you can also use that behind countertops. So if you have like a dirty kitchen and maybe, what's it called? The backsplash, you want it to be grimy and dirty, like the Sims don't wash the walls very often. It snaps to the edge of the countertop, so it just fits perfectly and you don't have to like alt pull it around. It just it matches, so that's very nice and I appreciate that a lot. So it doesn't disappear behind the counter because you put it to the floor, but you just line it up with the countertops. As I'm saying this, I'm like making hand gestures as if you can see it. That's just how I communicate. I was told that in school. I remember once in German class. Yeah, I took German because that's the Danish thing, I suppose. It's like when Americans take Spanish. I guess it's just a big country next to it. And now, yeah, we take German. Anyway, in German class, I was talking and I was like explaining things. And as I do when I also speak Danish and English and everything, I make hand gestures to go with what I'm saying. And then my German teacher was like, you don't have to make those hand gestures. We know what you're saying and you should just be confident in your German skills. And I was like, yeah, but that's just how I talk. And then I got a lower grade, which was so annoying. But yeah, that's just how I roll. But yeah, it's just a very unconscious thing I do when I talk. And now I'm consciously holding on to my armrests to not wave my arms around as I talk. That's just how I roll. Let me know if you also do that. If your arms are like all over the place and like making kind of a sign language as you talk. I've also been told I get very dramatic. I dramatize everything I say. Like if I'm telling a story, you get a full play. I suppose that's a part of it because I just like wave my arms around when I talk. Okay, sorry, let's get back to the build again. I digress. So this is the landlord's unit, his personal place to live. And as you can see, I already made it very grimy. And here comes the wall dirt, which is the best part of this whole pack. And oh yeah, I just did that. I just remembered that it also goes perfectly with like the wood paneling. So it just snaps perfectly to the edge of the wood paneling and goes up the wallpaper. Just in chef kiss. It's wonderful. I love that. I would get that pack just for that. Well, maybe not, but you know what I mean. I just love it. I love that little dirt. This pack doesn't have that much furniture though. I do like what it does have, like the I think it's some kind of Asian furniture decor style they're going for in this pack, which is very cool. But I'd usually go for the dirt, which I love. So yeah, this is the landlord's unit. He has a secret doorway into a little storage room, Someone commented, I think it was on the poll, they had so many ideas for this build, and so thank you whoever made that comment. They suggested that the landlord is up to shady stuff and all the tenants are like different kinds of shady people, and that everything just goes together in this apartment building. So you get what you ask for. So the landlord has a secret door through the bookcase into the storage room where they keep stuff, and I haven't done it yet, but I will later. I think it's in the end of this video. I make a little something, a little side hustle in the back of the storage rooms where maybe the landlord is growing something that may or may not be legal. And I got a bit carried away with the werewolf, what's it called, like the scratches that came with the werewolf pack, both on the floor and on the walls. And I just thought it looked fun that those scratches are like through a doorway, as if someone's been dragged into a room and locked in. That could be really fun and spooky. I really like to do that when I build things, like do a bit of storytelling in the decoration of everything, and have everything be there for some kind of reason, whatever that could be. I have cut out a lot of this video because as I was building it, I thought, oh, this would be a quick one. This would be like a 20-minute speed build, and it would be easy to do the voiceover, and that's all well and good. Because I was just so caught up in building, it was just I didn't realize how long I was building. So when I put everything in my video editing program and like sped it up to the usual speed, which is like 650-700% speed, I was shocked to see that it was like an hour and a half voiceover I had to do, and I was like, nope, that's not gonna happen. I think 25 minutes is long enough. So I have cut out a lot, but that was mostly like bathrooms, and there isn't a single bathroom built thing in this video because it's just a basic bathroom. I think we saw a bit of it in the landlord's unit, but it's nothing special. It's just a dirty little room, and they're all basically the same. And I focused all the creativity on like the living rooms and bedrooms in the units, and not so much the bathroom. So that's what you're missing if you were wondering. And and some of the apartments have like different themes. The top one, that little penthouse thing, is just like a regular tiny single bedroom apartment. Actually just a studio. And then we have, what do we have? We have the landlord, obviously. Then we have a vampire apartment with a coffin and some dark shades in the decor. Then we have a werewolf apartment. I think that's one of the ones that I cut out because I didn't decorate it like a lot, but it is there. But I just cut it out out of the video. And I just had a lot of fun putting in all of the very special kinds of wallpaper and floor tile that we have in this game. Like city living, like they have like a base thing of something like the wallpaper, and then they have a dirty version of that, which is what I want for every single item in this game. That's my dream. It's just a dirty version of everything. Dirty or broken, preferably both. Maybe I can choose which one I want for whatever reason. So there's the dirty wallpaper, which is what I am using, but you don't really need that if you have the for rent pack, because there's just so much dirt you can put on the walls, which is wonderful, and I do that all the time. And then the floor tile that's very like broken and tiles are missing, I think that's from werewolves. The broken fridge, which is not broken, it's just dirty, is from City Living also. It's like little details collected from a lot of different packs. But if you have some of them, you're good to go. You can just put in all the dirt, and you got a grimy looking apartment building. And I think I've talked about this before. This is some of my favorite things to build is is lived in, dirty, grimy, and I feel like a broken record. I talk about that all the time. I think it's so much more fun than making something that's pretty, because this is like a chance to really tell a story through the decorating. Like, what is that shelf doing there? What is on that? What do they keep on it? And this is the vampire's apartment. So I was thinking, okay, I put a lot of like red food items up on the shelf, so maybe they like mix the blood into everything they are cooking. I don't know, maybe you make up your own stories if you download this and play with it. Please let me know in the comments if you do that. I would love to hear what you're up to with anything that I build, and send me screenshots of what your Sims are up to. I would just love to see that. So yeah, here is the vampire's bedroom. I put a lot of blood spatter on the wall and on the floor and some cracks. If I remember correctly, when the vampire is sleeping in the coffin floats. Am I right? Maybe I'm wrong. I just remember something about a bed floating when they're sleeping in it. I just thought it could be funny to put the cracks on the floor as if the coffin just like falls down to the ground when the Sim wakes up and cracks the floor. That could be funny. And then the neighbor that lives underneath is like, what is that noise every evening when the vampire wakes up? Yeah, so there's a lot of like dark and dirty things in the vampire's place, and I just took out the mirror because they don't need that. Yeah, and on the outside, the building itself is very like industrial. Maybe it's an old factory that's been converted into an apartment building. And yeah, I also cut out a lot of the building itself, I suppose. I struggled a lot with the layout and the fire escape, which I didn't put it in to be an actual fire escape. I just thought it could be funny because I'm using the high school windows where teen Sims can escape through. I thought it could be funny that I could actually use those. So that's why we have balconies and fire escapes for all the apartments, so your Sim can climb out those windows and they are actually functional. Okay, so this apartment this apartment unit is one of my favorites in this building. It's a very, very cluttered home for a scientist of some sort. I'm not sure what exactly they are up to. You make up your own mind about what you think this Sim is doing. So they have a lot of scientific stuff lying around. Maybe they are experimenting on something. Oh, I remember. Yeah. I thought that, okay, so the werewolf obviously has a dog. I just feel like that fits. And this Sim does not like dogs. So they are like having like vet things lying around, like that dog poster and stuff. And maybe they are looking for a cure for werewolves or something. I don't know. I thought it could be so funny that the tenants of this place have relationships with each other. As you do, you obviously don't have a full relationship with everyone you live around, but I certainly do. To some extent, have a relationship with people living next to me, even though I've never spoken to them. It's like, oh yeah, the person who lives above me is like this elderly couple that get very loud in the evening when they're on the way to bed because they talk to each other through the apartment. They can't just meet in a room. No, one person has to be in the bathroom brushing their teeth and shouting to the person across the apartment. And it's just very noisy. So yeah, you definitely have some kind of feelings for your neighbors, don't you? Yeah, that's yeah, and I put a lot of like get to work things in this place. I love that little, well, it's not little, it's a big tank. You can put things in. I think it's actually under storage in the folder in Build and Buy. And you can put stuff in it, and it's just a big tank. And I love putting the skeleton inside. It's a thing. It looks so funny that you maybe experimented on somebody and they just died in the tank. I don't know. But yeah, here it is. Here's the tank. I use that so much. Yeah, that's that apartment. I first put in a mannequin, and I remembered, we have the skeleton, let's put that in instead. And obviously if you download this, you are more than welcome to just remove everything you want and put in your own stuff and your own sim and make up your own stories. And as I said, I would love to hear about it if you do something like that. And let me know, have you checked out the new pack, the new For Rent expansion pack? This is like all I've been doing with it so far. I've been kind of busy, but I did have a lot of fun and obviously put in a lot of dirt in all the rooms, and that's probably my favorite feature about this build. And I just love putting clutter in places like this. It's so fun. It's like decorating a set, like you're about to shoot a movie or a TV show, and you've been given a script and it's like, this is the vibe and this is the characters, this is where they live, and just make their home. That's kind of how I think when I'm building. So I'm writing myself a little script, not literally, but like in my head. Like this person is maybe a young scientist that's just come out of school, and they have their favorite school sports team, as you can see with these posters. Maybe they're also an artist and draw in their free time when they're not experimenting on the neighbor's dog. Something like that. And just make that appear in their home. And maybe I'm overthinking The Sims, but I just think it's so much fun to do that. And that's pretty much why I do it, why I build in The Sims. I love it so much, making these little scenes. And actually rarely hit the play button and actually have Sims actually live in it. I'll leave that to you guys. So let me know how those stories go. But yeah, I think we are getting close to the end of the video. Now we have a few minutes left. But yeah, I just filled this up with a lot of like sciencey tools and lots of papers on the floors. Oh yeah, those little radiators that come with the pack. I love those so much because there's a small one and a big one, and they both come in a clean version and a dirty version. And you know that I love that. So thank you, Sims, for that. I love the dirt and the radiator. And here is what I was talking about earlier. So this is the landlord's little side hustle that I was talking about. So they are growing stuff in the basement. And this is from the greenhouse stuff. All these little planty knickknacks. If you didn't know that, that's also a cute little Sims edition. And some trash from Eco Lifestyle, I think. Also perfect for a place like this, because I live in an apartment building. Not like this one, but kind of. And when people don't want their furniture anymore, they just leave it on the street, which is bad. But it happens, and hope that people will pick it up or leave it by the trash bins. So yeah. And yeah, just leaving a lot of trash all around the place, and bikes, fire hoses, and just a few little last details. And I love this mailbox. I do wish that it would come in like a wall-mounted version, so not just on this pedestal thing, but like a built-in thing, like the closets that came with City Living or something. So I love the mailbox thing, but I would like to have it as a built-in, so it just hangs on the wall. That could be cool. Maybe you can just do that anyway and just have it stick out. I don't know if that would work, but you can try it. Maybe I can do that next time I make an apartment building. And a lot of little knickknacks on the different fire escape balconies, some drying racks, and there's also stuff on the roof. And if you can't afford rent, even in this building, just sleep in a tent on the roof. I'm sure it's possible for a Sim to just get up there, sneak around the landlord. But that is pretty much it for this build. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you download it and you play with it. I would love to know what you're up to in this game, and tell me a little about your Sims stories. I love that. That's so much fun to hear what you guys are doing. But anyway, that is it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great New Year's Eve. I hope you have a great 2024, and I'll see you next year. Bye.